Alright, hello YouTube. Hello Twitch TV. Welcome to Runaway, the third, A Twist of Fate. This is the final Runaway. After this, it's finally over. The long-awaited conclusion to the Runaway series. I loved the first game. Was kind of whatever on the second game. The only thing, so I've played through Runaway 3 before. It's been a very, very long time. I don't remember any of it. According to my backlog, I wrote that I hated this and that it was a terrible ending to an otherwise great series. I really don't know what to say about this game at this point because I don't remember most of it. I had like 2.5 hours of playtime according to Steam on this, so I'm assuming it's short. But I do remember that I really was disappointed in this game. I don't really know what's going on. Alright, so we get to pick our avatar. I picked this guy. Our name is Trivia. Everybody remembers how Runaway 2 ended? Brian was like, alright, we're going camping. Thank you. It's Tony from Radiata Stories. You'll find out about him in November. For Resonance of Fate November. Anyways, at the end of Runaway 2, we were searching for an orb or something. I don't remember. Something about a UFO under the city. Or the island we were on. Gina got kidnapped. I don't remember. That was 2 weeks ago. That was such a long time ago. Anyways, let's just go. Type password.
Hi, Gina Timmons. Who's calling?
Gina.
I'm calling you from the Happydale Mental Hospital.
What's the matter?
We need you to come in right away.
Don't forget Happy Dale
I have the
from
unfortunate duty of informing you that a terrible accident took place.
yesterday.
And we will prove that last April 30th on Mile Island, Colonel Kortzmeyer was murdered by Brian Basco in cold blood.
Oh my god.
The defense will attempt to confuse you with trickery and lies.
Order!
For the last time, Mr. Basco, tell us what you remember.
I don't remember anything.
Oh, yes. Amnesia. If you
Ah.
think you'll get off by pretending to be insane, then you've really lost your mind.
I want order!
Hope he goes to jail forever. Well, I got some bad news for you. Good news?
And given the doubts created by the defendant's mental health, he will be admitted into
Team's
Happydale
fault.
Psychiatric Hospital, where Dr. Bennett will determine whether his supposed insanity has any basis in reality. I'm postponing this trial until then.
No! I'm not crazy!
Gina!
We haven't seen this question in a long time. Star Ocean 3 question. I actually wondered if I had taken it out of the trivia because we haven't seen it so long. Oh, nice. The good thing, I think actually I may have, instead of taking it out, I just made it so you only needed her first name. First the queen, now Brian Basco is dead. Oh my god. Brian, question mark, question mark?
Brian?
It's me.
What's your game? You call me telling me I have to identify a headless body to say it's yours, and then you've vanished for 2 days?
Get me out of here.
I went to your bogus burial and... Alright. Where are you?
Barry,
Now he's back.
in my grave.
That can't be. How am I gonna get you out of there? This is insane. Get me out of this tomb, say nothing to anyone. Be careful, murderers waiting at exit. Battery low, come quick, banana. Banana?
Nana.
I don't know what went down in Hawaii, or what they did to you in that psychiatric ward. I don't know why you escaped, or why you faked your own death. I don't know how you got down there. I don't even know whether you're the Brian I know. All I want is for everything to go back to normal. That's all right, though. I won't ask for help, I won't call the cops, and I won't leave the cemetery. But I will get you out of there. You win, Brian. We'll play it your way.
Alright, remember everything that happened in Runaway 2? Because neither do the developers. Alright, it says I can hit F2 to see... Oh, nice. Oh, God. How do I,
Brian, I swear if you come out of this alive, you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. It came with a really cute purple ribbon, too.
Give me that ribbon.
I bought it to look more convincing. I don't want the people who think Brian is dead to start getting suspicious. I don't know. Carrying that around would be a chore. But the ribbon alone... It'll be a great souvenir from Brian's phony funeral.
Nice. Okay, Claude. Even though he cheated on her like 3 times, the second game, nobody remembers. Whoa, was that looking at my... Whoa! Whoa. Oh, never mind. It's just doing its own thing.
It seems to me like the door was open before. Wow, what a luxurious crypt. It's amazing how some of these dead people live. Huh, what a strange cable. It looks like it's coming in through that dome. Let's take a look. A ladder here? Huh?
Hello, dear.
Hello?
Up here, on the roof.
Do I know you?
Well, of course not, dear. I'm Agatha Saffron von Rubenstein, PhD in parapsychology and poltergeistian phenomena from the University of Virginia, member of the North American Parapsychological Association, and also I'm a medium. 'Cause I like it.
Nice to meet you. I'm Gina Timmons.
It's amazing, my dear, how much pain is in your aura. Come
Oh,
inside.
yes.
I'll help you stop your suffering. Hurry, I'll be right down.
Well, this is an interesting start. It's connected to the cable that comes down from the roof. Agatha?
Hello, dear. Let's start from the very beginning. How long is it you've been dead now?
What? No, I'm alive. As far as I know.
Oh, well, isn't that a shame? You really could have helped me out here.
Well, sorry. Helped you what?
To find out whether the spirits in this cemetery are on my side or not. Reverend McCormick asked me to find out why the poltergeists infesting this graveyard are here. But first, I must know if they're on my side or not.
Uh-huh.
Is something weird going on in the cemetery?
Weird? Not at all. Well, the only strange thing is it seems like a UN summit with such an international set of spirits. Besides that, just the usual. Miscellaneous poltergeists and a hideous past tormenting the primordial energy here, which, by the way, is centered precisely inside this crypt.
So what do these poltergeists, which Reverend McCormick is so scared of, do?
Oh, lots of mischief. You know how these spirits can be. They drag chains, howl, lift their skirts when nuns come by, suddenly appear before visitors. They're such rascals.
Heckin' ghost rascals.
What's so hideous about the past of this crypt?
A horrific, shameful, and hideous crime. During the Civil War, before this graveyard was here, this used to be a Yankee prison.
I keep thinking that Gina is French. That she's Nico, or Nicole from Broken Sword, when she's absolutely not. I don't really remember who Gina is, or like much about her. I guess everybody came from New York originally. Yeah, because Brian was going from New York to California when he hit her in a car. I'm trying to remember Runaway 1 here.
Wow, how interesting. Go on.
On the night of April 24th, 1864, a captain of the Confederacy, Noah Kilgore, was waiting to be executed. He had come to terms with death, but during a change of guards, his luck changed too. The lieutenant in charge of watching him was Philemon Kilgore, his own brother.
Bum bum bum.
Two brothers fighting on opposite sides?
Civil war is always fratricidal, dear. Brother against brother. That's what it consists of. But anyway, Noah pleaded with his brother to let him go. And though Philemon didn't want to betray his army, his brotherly love won out, and he let his brother escape.
Oh no.
So, a happy ending and just in time. But I meant to ask you something else. Okay, this is getting pretty gross. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about that cable you slid down.
My parabiothermal cable? Well, it detects sudden changes in temperature caused by paranormal phenomena.
How does that cable work?
Very well, dear. Its filaments are temperature sensitive. If there is a variation of more than 20 degrees Celsius in less than 5 seconds, they send a signal to the ectothermal scanning machine outside the crypt. By analyzing its readings, I am able to determine the temperament or mood of the spirit that caused the thermal change.
Just like in
Pretty simple,
Phasmophobia.
isn't it?
Ah, like in the movies, when a ghost is going to appear and everything starts to look cold?
More or less. But in movies, they never quite get these things right. The more subdued spirits, like the ones in this crypt, display their temper using temperatures. If they are displeased by a presence, they emit heat. But if they are happy, they give off cold.
Yeah, just like me.
So, why did you put it right here?
Because I need to know whether the spirits in the crypt who are in charge around here are happy with my presence. If they emit cold temperatures, I can make contact with any spirit in this cemetery. But if they give off heat, then I'd better clear out. And Reverend McCormick will just have to find another medium.
Fascinating, Agatha, but let me ask you something else. See you later, Agatha.
Whenever you want, dear.
Alright, she's using her Phasmophobia skills to find ghosts.
There's a bit of everything. A backpack, a tape recorder, a Ouija board, a dried out lemon, a flashlight.
These are all things in
I bet
Phasmophobia.
that flashlight could be useful. But Brian always says that when you find things like this, the batteries are always dead. Agatha, does that flashlight work?
I just changed the batteries yesterday. Take it if you like.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, that proves Brian's first law wrong.
Good thing we're not playing as Brian Basco.
Wow, that is huge. It's hung in the air thanks to a set of sturdy steel cables.
Everything always looks creepy with this company.
What a welcoming place. Huh? A tunnel.
Don't worry, it's not a horror game.
Wait a sec. If I've got this right, then behind that wall is the hole they buried Brian in. Not that that improves things much, but at least now I know I have two options. Either move the slab of stone off the grave and start digging, at the risk that somebody might see me, or break through this wall. Doesn't look easy. But at least I'm not out in the wide open with nosy people walking by. Yes, that's the thing to do.
Move this out of the way.
Darn. Someone could have put a hole, tunnel, lever, or something else that might make it easier for me to reach Brian. I have no other choice but to remove one of these blocks of stone. But which? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think it'll be best to choose that one in the middle with the ring. It'll be easier to remove than the ones on the side. That looks pretty hard, besides the fact that I don't need it.
You said you needed it. What the heck?
I bet the ashes of the guy in the painting are inside. It gives me the creeps, but Brian is behind that wall. So if I don't take the urn, I might end up spilling its contents. Although, it would be worse if they poured out into my pocket. Didn't something like that traumatize a character on 6 Feet Under for years?
Is that a reference to Pindulo Studio's other game? I forgot the name of the game.
It's covered in thick plastic, except at the end. He seems like a real VIP. Lieutenant Philemon J. Kilgore, 1823 to 1864. It's one of the Ghost Brothers that Agatha told me about.
6 Feet Under and still making video games.
Graves, graves, and more graves. Huh, I hope I don't have to find anything among them. It would take me everlasting eternity.
Better check all of them. I double-clicked and didn't teleport. And she took her time.
I've been here before when the hearse brought Brian in. A constant flow of water is trickling out. That can't be good considering the drought. I think that's the same one they used to bring Brian's coffin from the psychiatric hospital. Let's see if it's open. A flat spare tire. What a driver. Nice calendar he's got here. An old blanket. Oh, and one of those straps they use to lower coffins into the grave. I'll just borrow that.
How much of the screen can we fill up with the inventory?
Hey, this thing's keys are in the ignition. Something tells me it won't work.
What luck?
Okay, it worked, but enough is enough. Someone might show up. If things start to get ugly when I get Brian out, at least we have a way to escape now. Father, I'm trimming the hedges. If you need me to put the coffins together, ring the bell. Signed by someone named Luann. It's fairly dark in there, but I think it might be a maintenance room.
Ring the bell.
Okie dokie. Guess not, it's locked.
Huh.
Man, it's darker in here than when we came for Brian's pseudo-funeral. I guess Reverend McCormick turned out all the lights when he left. There's something behind this grating. If only I could get it open.
I'm pretty sure this... I don't mind. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure this is how, Hello Darkness, My Old Friend song. I forgot the name of that song. That might be the name of the song. Anyways, pretty sure that's how the song starts. And then the singing started here, so never mind. Format.
I wonder why that's there. Yeah, looks like there's something underneath.
Definitely Mad World.
A trap door.
Look, a trap door.
What could be behind there? They better not keep their dog in there. Ah. That might be useful. Considering where I found it, it seems pretty clean. I can't see it too well from here, but yes, I think it might be a box.
Look at the thing, which might be a box, but it's kind of hard to see. Alright. Get the thing, which might be a box, but it's kind of hard to see.
Let's see what happens if I climb on this.
Saved...
Why, yes. It was a wooden box.
One thing saved the whole Runaway series. In your inventory.
Think there's something inside? Hey, a key.
Nice.
I wonder what it's for. You never
Oh, wait.
know. Well, in this
Wrong one.
case, the answer is no, I guess. Let's see if it fits this lock. I'm positive it's used to ring the bell on the roof. That's the thing they use to rake in the dough from worshippers during Mass. Okay, once I rescue Brian, I'll bring it back here. Someone told me that in the olden days, these baskets didn't have such long handles, but they added them when it was discovered rich people always sit as far away from the aisle as possible.
That's how that works.
Your orders come right up, Mr. Reverend Sir. Boxes for the deceased in a jiffy. Don't you worry your holy old self for nothing.
Hurry up, little mama.
Well, looks like I managed to get that janitor girl to come. I hope Reverend McCormick doesn't show up at some point and ruin my plan. Hello?
Wait. You're the gal from that crazy guy's funeral. Is that where I saw you before?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, but don't come crying to Luann. I'm busier than a bee in a beehive. Gotta run. See ya.
Oh, bees.
Wow, you are so insensitive.
Oh, all right, sorry. My sincerest condolences and all that. Thing about this job is that you just get sick of all them weepy widows always crying at you. Anything else?
What's got you so busy, Luann?
Well, this here, can't you see? I've got to get these coffins together before the Tombs for Everyone charity benefit. But the instruction manual's in gibberish and I can't understand a word.
I speak perfect gibberish.
But if anyone can get this done, I can.
I've never heard of do-it-yourself coffins before.
Me neither. But the old Reverend bought these unassembled on the internet and I've just got to deal with it. They're cheaper than pig's milk, but they're good enough for your final rest.
Well, I could think of a case or two in which that might just come in handy. What exactly does Tombs for Everyone consist of?
Well, it's this thing where if you're poor and you kick the bucket, everything's on the house. We pay for the coffin, the hole, the wreath, the stone slab. It used to be called Put a Tomb in Your Life, but that didn't catch on.
What's up with the manual?
Well, it's in Swedish, and not even a schoolmaster can understand it. It's like Chinese, but worse.
What?
Because you can find a Chinaman anywhere, but who in tarnation knows where to find a Swede?
Would you let me see the assembly manual? I don't know, maybe I could help.
Besides being a rich city slicker, you figure you're some sort of engineer, huh? Well, take it.
Doesn't look easy, but we'll have to try.
You thought I'd just have one manual and wouldn't let you borrow it, huh? Well,
Wait, hold on.
Luann's
I'll explain the
accepting help
Swedish
today. So if you can
joke.
understand any of that gibberish,
So there was around the time this game came out, there was an ongoing we'll call it an internet joke about how any language you didn't understand was either Polish or Swedish. And so whenever somebody would start saying something in like Twitch chat or like MySpace or wherever, then everyone would respond with, "Sorry, I don't speak Swedish," or "Sorry, I don't speak Polish." And I assume this is maybe going off of that. Maybe. I mean, it might be a bit of a stretch, but it was around the time that this game came out that was an internet meme.
What's behind that big door?
my tools. But get close to them and I'll punch your lights out. They're mine, got that? Dang, it's getting colder and colder in here.
Colder, you say?
Just out of curiosity, what kind of tools do you have?
Man, I got more than the little furry balls on an old sweater. They're mostly garden tools, but I also got the circular saw and the hole making thing and the one that puts staples and the circular saw and...
You already said that.
What, the circular saw? That's because I like it more than the field without cow pies. It cuts through metal things.
What's
like
everybody's
hot
favorite kind of
through
pie?
butter.
Mine's the sharp pie.
Okay, already, forget it. Talk to you later. I don't want to make you late.
So what do you think you've been doing up to now? This city
Ooh.
slicker's not too swift.
Not cow pies. Big fan of sharp pies. I keep forgetting they have this. I'm looking for a file.
Hammer.
Popeyes,
pliers,
pretty good.
file, scissors. A bit of everything.
Shepherd's pie, big fan of shepherd's pie. Speaking of pot pies, it's basically a larger pot pie.
Shoot!
Shoot.
I could
I'm
take them
catching
all,
cold.
but
You.
this thin one here seems most familiar to me.
Man, it's cold.
How weird. It's on, but it's empty.
Well, of course. Who would be such a numbskull as to put something in there?
Why's that?
Because it's always on the fritz, and no sooner do you stick something in it than it goes pow, and it deep freezes everything to the core, so careful. Man, I don't know why I'm even warning her.
Sharp eyes? Still going with sharp eyes. Big fan of harp eyes, but not as much as... Like, I use sharp eyes a lot. Like, a lot. And as much as I love harp eyes, I definitely see and am around sharp eyes a lot more. Hey, no. One of the better hidden? Boo. Totally disagree. That cave is terrible. And, like, all the heckin' coral or whatever you have to collect there, and you just get randomized all over the place. Yeah, and Strago's pretty terrible. Like, who would even use Strago?
Brian's text message said not to leave the cemetery, but I don't see what's wrong with approaching the front gate. Ernie? You're still here?
Gina Basco. How's it going, kid?
Great, fine.
Asco.
I mean, actually terrible. I'm distraught.
They got married?
Thanks for attending the funeral.
Oh, well, I was Basco's favorite orderly, and he was my favorite nut job. How could I miss his funeral? What's more, Happydale didn't send anyone to it. But of course, with everything that's going on down there, that place is like crazy. Hey, Gina, I got a joke for you. You ain't nothing but a mad dog.
Oh, they didn't get married.
Don't call me Basco. My last name is Timmons.
So, you're ashamed of Basco. I mean, of Brian. Wow. And he never stopped talking about how much he loved you and what a hottie you were. And he wasn't hallucinating either.
God. I'm not ashamed of
I'm
Brian.
not ashamed of Brian. No matter how nerdy he can be, he's the kindest man I've ever met.
Well, considering the string of gems you've come across in the past. I mean, Brian told me all your exes were, you know, not very recommendable bachelors.
Definitely didn't cheat on Gina, ever.
Just drop it. My last name is none of your business.
Okay, babe.
I'm telling you, the developers forgot everything about Runaway when they made this game.
Why did you say the psychiatric hospital is like crazy?
Haven't you heard, hon? Just 2 days ago, right when Brian keeled over, 2 inmates escaped, and Dr. Bennett disappeared. An office ceiling collapsed, and a nurse who just got hired decided to quit. And she was some major eye candy, that little lady. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Bennett disappeared? The same Dr. Bennett that was treating Brian?
The very same. I don't know if he'd finished his report for the judge, determining whether Brian was crazy or not. But who cares at this point?
Which 2 inmates escaped?
That'll be Jacob Kurgan and Gabo Spiegelman. From what I've heard, all 3 tried to skip the nut house together, but Brian got the worst part.
Could you tell me about everything that's happened lately at Happy Dale?
Why, sure. 2 inmates escaped, and Dr. Bennett disappeared. An office ceiling collapsed, and a nurse who just got hired decided to quit.
Don't you think it's weird that so many unusual things happened in such a short time?
Nope. It's like that movie. Unfortunate events always seem to happen in a series.
Getting back to our last topic. There's something I need to tell you about Brian.
Shoot, babe. I'm all ears.
Did you notice anything strange about him in his final days?
You know what, babe? I think Brian knew he had something coming. He was nervous-like. Couldn't stop pacing around, talking to one guy, then another. It's as if he had a sixth sense, telling him, "Get a move on, kid. Things are almost over with here." Wait, I almost forgot. Brian's the one with the bag. Looks good on him, huh?
Clearly he adapted to his new environment pretty well.
Yeah, well, we took this picture the day before Brian, just keep it. It's all yours.
How original. I didn't know people gave gifts at funerals, but thanks.
Nothing's too good for my favorite brunette, darling. If I hadn't fallen in love with Luann today, I'd have done even more.
One other thing. Maybe I just need to get used to not talking about Brian all day long.
It's normal, babe. He's always on your mind.
See you later, Ernie.
Later, babe.
I love discovering that while I was busting my butt to get him free, he was having a great time horsing around. Typical.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they're fixing the outer wall.
Lahi. Lahi.
Yeah, these things can rust really fast. Let's see. The shovel. No, kind of creepy in a cemetery. And those metal thingies? No. Cement. What's that? Oh, I know. I'll take one of these adjustable tubular items you can use to prop things up. That might be useful.
We've picked up like 16 items, or I don't know what that is so far. We've picked up like 15 or 16 items and have not used any of them yet. I thought you uninstalled that game, Demon Smalls. Oops. How do I save my game? That'd probably be a good idea. Save. Chapter 1. Trivia.
These are the most luxurious digs in this bone pile.
Nice. Agatha.
Am I bothering you, Agatha?
Not at all, dear.
Could you translate this manual for me? It's in Swedish.
Is Swedish a dead language?
I don't think so.
Then I can't help you, dear. Though, if you find the grave of a Swede here in the graveyard, I can ask him or her to translate it for you. But wait. First, let me think. First, I should make certain that the primordial energy in the graveyard is benign. In other words, I have to wait for the spirits infesting this crypt to express their presence by giving off the usual phantom chill.
you later, Agatha.
Whenever you want, dear.
According to Agatha, it detects sudden temperature changes, both hot and cold.
So if you double click, I've noticed that if you double click a location, like an exit, she'll walk there. But if you double click like next to the place, she teleports to that, and then you can go in. And except there, I don't know why it works there. It's very inconsistent. In our inventory, all right, it's time to combine stuff. Urn with box.
I don't know if they'll fit, but ready. Okay, Cheetah, you spilled more outside the box than you poured in, but I don't think the party concerned will notice. You haven't been sleeping well, you're exhausted and nervous, and do you know how hard it is to pour ashes without expert help?
You just have you never poured anything in your whole life? How does she handle like pouring milk into her cereal? Urine on the fountain.
Yes. The water won't come out of this. Well, there are still some ashes stuck to the bottom, but oh well.
What you thinking? Combine these two things.
I'm not sure if this water transfer will do any good, but I'll try. Ready.
What do you
Okay, why the heck not? Let's see how long it takes to freeze.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Pow! It's already frozen.
Card game RPG? Tower of Cards?
No, I need something to help me keep it frozen once I've taken it out.
Yes, Claude.
That's it. I can use the urn as a thermos so that the ice doesn't melt or freeze my pocket. I hope my hand doesn't go cryogenic. Luann was right. It's frozen solid.
Nice. Now I can teleport everywhere.
That sounds good. The end of the cable has no plastic coating, so it'll be much more sensitive to the cold than the rest. So let's see.
A thermal manifestation. Oh, my spirits. What lovely creatures.
Hey, it worked! I feel bad about tricking Agatha, but I guess I've done worse things in my time. And with a lot less payoff than now.
Mm-hmm.
What about Agatha?
What about Agatha?
Oh, there she is. Hey, Agatha, what are you doing here?
Congratulate me, dear. They gave me permission.
Congratulations.
Who gave you permission and what for?
Didn't you hear the ectothermal machine beeping? The spirits of the Kilgore brothers, the primordial energy force in this graveyard, have authorized me to proceed with my research on their turf.
Oh, wow, how cool.
So you need not fear anything any longer, dear. Just answer me honestly. Why is your tormented spirit still wandering through this world?
Because I'm not dead yet?
Come on, are you sure?
I'd bet my life on it. But there are other things I'm not so sure about.
Oh, you have questions? Tell me. I'm your medium.
What did you need to translate the manual into Swedish?
If you find the grave of a Swede here in the graveyard, I can ask him or her to translate it for you.
See you around, Agatha.
Goodbye, dear.
Is it here? Ah, yes.
Okay, let's see what it's about.
Her eyes start burning.
Yikes. Could it be any spookier?
Nope.
It's a list of names with the dates and places of birth and death and the location of the person's grave. I think I've come up with better Huh? If a person is in this directory, that means they're dead, doesn't it? However...
Need to find somebody Swedish.
Eureka. Ingerman Holgren, born in Norrköping, Sweden, and his grave is in Sector D, Path 2, Aisle... Here it is! But the truth is, I don't know why I'm so incredibly happy. I mean, I just found a dead guy, and considering where I am, that's not exactly an amazing feat.
Or is it?
Hey, Agatha! Now that the spirits in charge around here are your friends, think you could help me with that Swedish manual?
Oh dear, it completely slipped my mind. Now where was that poor man?
Ingerman Holgren. Here he is.
Now, my dear, you just wait for me over there.
But...
I need some peace now, to get my capacity for understanding to rise to the world of the spirits. Ingerman, I invoke you. Ingerman, come and show yourself. Oh. Monterinstructione. Let's see what this book says. Instructions for
Wait a minute.
the assembly.
Agatha, what you just did is absolutely amazing.
Oh, my dear, you've no idea.
Really, thanks to you, I have just what I needed. The fully translated Flichting Coffin Assembly Manual.
Nice. We barely had to go through anything at all to unlock that one thing. I leave here.
What would you say if I told you that I had translated the
if?
Coffin Assembly Manual?
That if you're lying, I'll smack you upside the head. Oh, my sweet lordy. Wow. Yes. This'll be a cinch. Now, in 5 minutes, I can do this body box. Then I'll get gussied up and it's off to the bowling alley with Ernie. So, will you show the coffin to the Reverend and close up the workshop for me?
Of
Okay,
course.
fine. You run along. Don't worry.
So, it turns out you're a real nice person after all. Move out, Ernie.
I'll be seeing you later, hot duck.
At last, I'm alone.
Finally, I can steal everything.
Finally.
Finally, I can steal everything. Like this circular saw.
There's Luann's famous circular saw. It's heavy, but I'm sure I will be needing it.
Uh-huh.
Bit of everything here. Gardening tools, paint cans, do-it-yourself stuff.
Oh, it's got a good point there.
Too bad it broke, because the statue was a real gem. The ends are attached using a small hook. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Ah, yikes! The strap is on so tight that there's no way to get it off.
If only I had something to do that with.
Good idea. And when the strap gets a little bit less tight, I'll finally be able to take it off.
Just been carrying this around in my pocket the whole time. Nice.
Looky there, now I have two.
Nice. Wait, where am I going? I do what?
File the block? Of course. I can file away the mortar between the other blocks, and then it'll be easier to move. File that mortar down, let's get to it.
Meanwhile,
Wasabi. No, the broad's still inside, and I'm starting to get knackered. We're on it. Yo, Fatzilla, bad news, dude. Seems we can't go in. We have to wait for her here, then follow her. You have such a way with words.
Well, that wasn't easy, but I managed to file all of the mortar away.
what if it had been the two guys from yesterday in the truck?
Okay, so I got rid of the mortar, but I wonder if I can drag away the stone with the strap. Ready. Its head is pointing towards Brian's grave. Good idea.
Nice. First try.
Though besides that, I think I've come up with another one of my brilliant ideas. I know it seems a bit strange, but, well, it might work.
I hope that Ragu is in Armed Fantasia, but it's not even called Ragu. It's like literally the same model from like, I don't know, Wild Arms 1 or something really wacky. But they call him like, fettuccine or something instead. Alright, if you thought I was going to combine the circular saw with the collection basket...
Yeah, it's such a silly idea that it might even work. But I don't know what I could attach them together with. What am I saying? What about the ribbon from the funeral wreath?
Ah.
Come on, let's get down to work. That turned out even better than I expected. Let's see how well it holds.
It's not... none of them... I think I changed all of those. None of them's like QB whatever. Or like RB whatever. It's their actual names. What? Nice, it's wireless. That is exactly how that would work. And
Oh my god, what a mess I've made. Yes,
Somebody's-
the stone moved.
somebody's gonna have to clean all this up.
Although, when Reverend McCormick comes back, I know one parapsychologist who's gonna have a lot of explaining to do. Poor old woman. Oh well. They're the same kind of bricks lining Brian's grave. No, I'd probably end up wrecking my hands instead of the wall. Huh, that pole must have fallen off after what happened with the angel. I'll put it back in place so I don't trip. I'd rather keep it.
Trivia.
Great idea. Bring it on, Gina. Brian, if you can hear me, stay away from the wall. Hi-ya!
They're telling the V8, let out your biggest hi-ya.
Brian? Brian?
What, you don't know where he is?
Who are you?
The guy who sent you the text message. Banana!
Wait a minute. You're Gabbo, Brian's friend from the psychiatric hospital. What are you doing in here?
Sleeping. I didn't intend to stay in the box. I got in before the burial. I was gonna try to meet you afterwards. To find out where Basco is, but it turns out you don't know either.
Nana.
Improvise, Spiegelman.
Did you fall asleep inside the grave?
Narcolepsy. Let's go.
Where to?
Out. To find the only guy who can help Basco.
Weren't there some thugs by the exit?
I'll kill one guy, you take the other. How's that?
Are you nuts?
Okay. Let's try to Steve McQueen. I'll need a couple of cars.
Ah, there she is, the little cow. That wait was so boring, man. What the...
Banana.
Hurry up, get in.
Okay, she got away. No, we'll find her. That little slapper's dead, I swear.
Chapter 2. The Art of Running Away. Almost the title of the game. Oh man, we get motion sickness.
You can go to sleep. If you make a wrong turn, I'll tell you. Turn off there! There!
Is this where that friend of yours is going to save Brian is?
No, we won't get there till dawn. My stomach has feelings too, you know.
Tell me about Brian.
About Basco? How do I know? Took him a long time to get used to Happy Dale. At first he was horrified, but, you know, not everybody's cut out for living in the nut house. It's like this.
I had like
The worst
8
part is
plates
that
of food.
swine Kurgan made life real hard on him. He does that with all the rookies. But Basco stood up to him. I liked the guy. I said, we're like kindred spirits. Banana! And he was.
Banana.
No one can steal keys or trick an orderly or fool a nurse like he can. And at night, even though he was hard to convince, that kid had a natural-born talent for poker. And he hardly even paid attention. He'd spend the whole day thinking about his next hypnotherapy session with Dr. Bennett. I'm innocent and I'm sane, he'd always say. Soon I'll be free and get back to Gina again. 2 days ago, yeah, it was Monday. On Monday, he went totally berserk from the therapy.
Bennett wants to throw me in jail. I've got to escape.
We'll miss you.
Gabbo, you've escaped hundreds of times. You've got to help me out of here.
I think this is the same VA.
What you need is a Clint Eastwood.
Huh?
It's an escape designed for beginners. Not very artistic, but effective.
I'm not going back to jail. Tell me what needs to be done and I'll do it.
Listen up. You go into the casino and climb through the vent for the air conditioning ducts. Right behind the cover, you'll find a map. Use it to get to the central fan. A huge tube comes out of there. Climb up one of the numbered ladders. Doesn't matter which one, but don't even think of going up number 2. Slip between the bars, and you'll reach the tower at the top of the roof. You'll see a cable that leads down to the highway, right outside the walls of Happy Dale. Just slide down that puppy and...
Thanks for the plan. Enjoy your stay, idiot.
Kurgan!
That Kurgan goes up floor 2 or ladder 2.
Kurgan, open it! Now what do I do? That psycho stole our plan.
Basco, the art of running away involves much more than following a plan to the T. Improvise.
But how am I supposed to get into the casino? That psycho locked the door from the inside.
Improvise, I say. And don't be dozing off. You gotta get everything ready to escape right when the clock strikes midnight. Not a minute later or a minute sooner.
Why do I have to go into the air ducts through the vent in the casino?
You can't use the air vent in the common areas, because there's always someone who can see you. The air duct vents in the rooms are so close to the cabinets that they're impossible to use. Only Munchkin Bob managed to get through one. But of course he was smaller than a shoebox. In other words, the air duct vent in the casino is the only sensible choice.
It almost feels that way, Claude. Like they just kind of ignored everything that happened previously in the series. There's also the fact that I can't remember the difference between this and yesterday. Because we played them too close together.
Why do you spend your whole life running away from Happy Dale?
'Cause I can. I gamble at some real-life
Happy
casinos.
Dale is also
I
in
buy drawing
yesterday.
stuff, musical scores, oil for my trumpet. But then I get bored of wandering around. Home sweet home, they say. Banana.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep planning my escape, Gabbo.
Good for you.
See you later, Gabbo.
Okay. And you can tell me about how Bennett sold you up the river, right?
Now would be better. When I came to, after being hypnotized, Bennett was already at his desk talking on the phone.
Judge Whitley, I was just wanting to, oh, it's all settled now. Well, first thing tomorrow, I'll have the report to you. But in conclusion, he's lying. He's not mentally ill. He's completely cognizant of his acts. He belongs in a prison and should never be let out.
Nice story, Basco. Now get back to work.
Nice story.
Great. What can I do to get into that casino?
Chapter 2, Trivia. Rock. I don't see O.
Impossible. That psycho Kurgan left the key in the lock on the other side. This is the old solitary confinement cell, but when Bennett prohibited such dastardly methods, it became a sort of storage room, until us patients managed to take it over.
Shoot.
Is that a 3DS?
We're all up there, the insane crowd and the crew that takes care of us. Great idea, so we can all remember who everyone is, because around here, every Tom, Dick, and Harry could be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Wait a minute.
He's a nice guy, but since he thinks his face is covered in ears, he comes off as a little eccentric. Seriously, you can tell he hasn't had an easy time in these last few months. Painter, musician, and escape artist. A true jack of all trades.
Nice name, Claude. Marcelo.
Ah, the great Marcelo Montez, genius and performer. Perfect set of teeth. They're fake, but perfect.
Wait.
The poor guy's throat is really hurting. Perfect set of teeth. They're fake, but perfect. He's got a lot of spunk for some reason, but sometimes he goes off on a wild tangent like today. That psycho, he's really gotten me into a huge mess. Sometimes he seems like he's gonna blow up at everybody. Since he got cataracts and became half-deaf, he doesn't trust anybody, but he's so sweet. The dude has some majorly overgrown sideburns. The epitome of the over-friendly shrink. Hypocrite. I can't figure out why she has such a grudge against me.
I'm convinced that she's actually the blonde girl from Runaway 2. I have no idea, though.
She's the exact opposite of Miss Palmer. Friendly, pleasant, hardworking. Too bad it's her day off. I wonder why they call him Nuno the Stickface. Hey, Ernie.
Hold on, Basco. What was all that yelling at Kurgan about?
Nothing. We were just playing, hide and go seek.
Oh? It's hard to believe you two get along. What do you need?
What do you think about the people at Happydale?
The
And the guitar.
employees or the patients?
Team Smalls.
Patience.
Who exactly?
Gabbo and Kurt.
Gabbo Spiegelman.
I found out that an envelope arrives at Happydale every month, and inside is a $1 million donation. There's also a letter with no signature that asks that Gabbo be treated kindly and well in exchange. That's why the guy lives like a prince. Intriguing, huh?
Jacob Kurgan.
He's bad news, Basco. Don't get anywhere near him. Even if you think you're a step ahead of him, he's already put you through the ringer, and he'd do it again in a snap.
Wait, I'm confused. I wanted you to tell me about the employees.
About which ones?
The doctors.
My favorite is Bennett. He's reduced people's medication, and the solitary confinement, and the rough therapy sessions. He's a hard worker.
The nurses.
Ooh, they're all hotties. Too bad some of them are such whiny hags. That new one, Miss Palmer, I won't even look her in the face. Looks like a manhole cover.
The secretaries.
When you consider their job is to sit on their butts all day, they got some pretty nice rear views to offer this mirror. Sometimes I call Rosie up and invite her to the bowling alley so I can see her bend over and pick up the ball.
We really shouldn't be gossiping like this.
Okay.
What are you playing?
I'm not playing. This is Elvis brain training. A real blast. Amazing for jogging the memory and increasing your knowledge about the king. I know it all, except for the ones I miss.
He's playing a DS.
Yo, keep playing.
And winning. Cool.
Hey, Ernie.
What do you need?
What do you think about the people at Happydale?
The employees or the patients?
Employees.
Who exactly?
The other orderlies.
They're not bad guys, but who besides Ernie could be your favorite orderly?
You playing trivia? Yes. How was trivia? Well, we're halfway through.
We really shouldn't be gossiping like this.
Okay.
Let's learn about some guy named Chuck.
I'm gonna take a little walk.
Be good, if you can.
I click on Chuck here. Is there a Chuck on here? No. Anybody named Chuck?
Cool.
It's the headquarters of the unofficial Happydale Patients Union.
Cool.
It's the head... No way. Quickle's in there, and he's having one of those days today.
Cool.
Hey, Quickle.
What?
Cool. Shoot.
Quickle, what's your opinion on... Dr. Bennett's therapeutic methods?
Far too modern. Far too intimidating. Mentally infeasible. That man is insane. There are no punishments, no tortures, not even any electroshock therapies. What is becoming of our beloved sanatorium? I am completely outraged.
I see.
Hey, Marcelo.
Oh, it's a mime. I love mimes.
Why, thank you very much. What is it? Oh, a flower. Is it for me? It's lovely.
Thank you. I'll treasure
A
this.
wonder of nature. Thanks, Marcelo.
You're welcome, Vasco.
He talked.
That's where I hide my candy. Yeah, I want those candies. Huh? Whoa, a knife. Where'd that come from?
Oh, no.
I can't let anyone see this. Oh, and my candy. Can't forget about that.
Oh, that's really weird.
Hey, I never noticed there was a vent for the air duct system in here too. Gabo says the cabinet is so close to the vent that you can't squeeze through there. But why not try? Oh, man. This is impossible. Someone put the cabinet so close to the air vent that getting through would be a miracle. I'd have to be Rubberman to do this. Hey, one question, Marcelo. Could you get in the vent for the air conditioning ducts?
Through the vent? Wouldn't I love to, Basco? But I'm the great Marcelo, and I can't stoop so low as to perform such a simple magic trick. It's for my own good.
Hold on, that question's got a lot of problems. Let me write this down. Paper Mario.
It's about your famous routine. The one with the imaginary box.
Yes?
I don't quite get it. What was the imaginary box like?
Well, it was transparent, square, the lid open outward. It measured 3 feet on each edge.
Wait, I think I'm starting to get the idea. Yeah, I think I can picture it. It was a really small box. How did you manage to get inside?
It's obvious. Fold it up into a tiny ball.
What did that imaginary box routine look like?
Picture this. The typical contortionist
Already click on this.
in which a man twists his body over into itself until it's so tiny he can fit inside of a very teeny box. Though my innovation was to do so in an imaginary box, which is much more difficult than squeezing into a real one.
Let's change the subject. Hey, what's up with that rope on your pants?
I look completely ridiculous compared to the way I look with suspenders, don't I?
Sure do.
Thing is, when mine came loose yesterday, Miss Palmer almost lost an eye. But luckily, she didn't.
Yeah, talk about luck.
Well, yes! Though Miss Palmer then had the brilliant idea of burning them.
What?
With a cigarette lighter.
She burned your suspenders? But they were your prized possession. What a spiteful old hag. I've got to go, pal.
Okay.
Yeah, that mine had a lot to say.
Bosco, come here.
Hi, Miss Palm.
Your medication.
More pills? I had my meds today, don't you remember?
You choose.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Swallow. Good boy, Bosco. And keep an eye on your stuff. I saw Kurgan suspiciously fumbling around with your pillow. I bet he stole your hidden candy.
Really?
Ah.
Okay.
That's where that knife came from.
How cool. She fell for it. Thank goodness for the old put the pills behind the wisdom teeth technique. They're whiteboards, the kind you write on with a special marker and erase with your shirt sleeve. One will suffice, don't you think? You can tell some people have never had one of these in their pocket before.
We had a chalkboard in the last game. Room oh, I see.
Okay. I'll take the blue one. It's better to steal the whole cookie jar than just one cookie. Nobody said anything, so I guess no one saw me take this.
Not pinned down. Not bolted down. Foreign Affairs Bureau.
Okay, but just for 30 seconds, tops. I think Quickle gave it that name. You know, that socialist trade union agitator. Little boy's room, Miss Palmer. Gotta go.
What is the butt of the butt where Button and his wife stay?
Why is there no air duct vent in the room which could use ventilation the most?
Butt Lake.
No need to rummage for long. There's just a couple of little paper cups and... the birthday candles from Monty Hollister's cake. Brand new.
Brand new.
Just one little question, Miss Palmer.
What?
That new pill you gave me, what's it for?
Bennett's orders.
But what's it used for?
Bennett's orders, I said.
I don't really care about that pill, but I do have other questions.
Well, I don't have any answers.
When is Miss Carrington coming back?
That's none of your business.
But she is feeling better, right?
It's none of my business.
What's your opinion? Did she fall accidentally, or did she jump?
The West Wing could drive anyone bonkers.
Miss Carrington was really happy working in this wing.
As corroborated by her swan dive out the window, right?
Dang.
You had just started working in the South Wing. Why did you have to come here and replace Miss Carrington?
Yeah, that South Wing sure is full of peace and quiet, isn't it? What's it to you?
Oops, I forgot to ask you one little detail about Miss Carrington. Talking about Miss Carrington makes me sad. Let's change the subject.
Sure. To nothing, I propose.
Dang.
Nice chatting with you. See you around.
Back to your room.
One, he has a cold, and talking would be bad for his throat. 2, he's 102 years old. Let's not ask too much of the guy. 3, he went mute at the age of 90-something.
I got the perfect thing.
Your throat's mighty fine and your tonsils will shine. Splash, splash, splash. It's minty freshness galore. They swept the floor yesterday, so it shouldn't get a flat tire. 1, he had 2, he's a 3, he went 4, he's going 40 miles an hour on the freeway. Were I to distract him, somebody might get hurt. He's heading faster than a speeding bullet towards Rancho Cucamonga, California. That's not doable. Talk with Mr. Nice. Where do you get these wild ideas? He is such a sweetheart. He is such...
Yeah, it says Atlanta. He's trying to get a ride.
All right. Hey, that's a great idea. The old switcheroo. And now, let's see if it all plays out the way I expect.
Nice car. Dang. Ah.
No, my dear agenda, nothing but hate in all my head. I bought the devil head gold.
Nice. Now he can steal his briefcase.
Oh, gee. The elastic straps are still on the outside. Mr. Nice, really? Now I can. High quality merchandise.
Nice. Combine these with these.
Done.
There we have it. Suspenders.
Cool.
Let's see here. This guy lost his suspenders.
Knowing him, I'd better take this one step at a time. Let's just imagine I happen to have an imaginary box. Then could you perform your famous act?
No, because I'm not wearing any suspenders. How can I perform an act of that caliber without my suspenders? Where's the glamour?
You are so right. Well, I'll just put the box away for now, I guess. That box doesn't actually... Yes, but I'll prepare things as well as possible first. What could that strange thing poking me inside my pocket be?
Don't worry, it happens to me too, especially when I wake up in the morning.
An imaginary box.
An imaginary box.
If only someone here knew how to put these suspenders on and hop inside.
Hey, me, Vasco, me, I can do it.
Well, these are for you then. Ladies and gentlemen, with you tonight, the great Marcelo!
Oh, nice.
Oh. Hey.
Marcelo, you okay?
Hmm?
Then get ready. Here comes the best part. And now, the great Marcelo will get out of the imaginary box and make his way through the imaginary tunnel.
Imaginary.
Imagination.
Until he reaches an imaginary trapdoor in the tunnel floor.
In the I'm inside the casino.
The great Marcelo's been teletransported.
I teletransported.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the great Marcelo will kindly remove the key from the lock and put it in my hand. I knew that psycho had left it in the lock.
Perfect. Exactly. Exactly as all things should be. I have to pee really bad. Trivia. Enjoy the music. Here in the casino. The music went away while I was gone. Let's just go back out into the hallway and then back into here. Alright, anyways, welcome back, everyone. Not on my screen. What is that? So how's everyone keeping up with Runaway 3 so far? I know it's taken quite the wild turn since Runaway 2. It has so much to do with everything in Runaway previously.
Yes, just like Gabbo planned.
Right after going through the air vent in the casino, you'll find a map. Use it to get to the central fan.
Unless...
Claude.
I knew it! Psycho, 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 psycho! I should have known that Kurgan would take the map of the air ducts. I have no other choice but to find another map, or I'll never make it to the roof.
Or you can just wander aimlessly. That is exactly what I would do. Make a plastic tube. What button is that? There we go. This plastic tube. Ah.
Gabbo stole it from the infirmary a while back. It's the only unused one sitting around.
I saw, and this is just a dream, and I said, I hope it's the dream of the turtle. I mean, if you think about it, in Runaway 1 and 2, you just combined items randomly to bring everything together in the end. Like, just a whole bunch of random items. Like, you just fill your inventory with stuff, and then you just put them all together, and it brings everything together. That's what I'm thinking this game is. It's just a big metaphor. Everything in this is just really random. But when you combine it all together, it's going to bring it all together for us. Really feel like it brought Runaway together in the end. Look at the weight scale. Oh.
The other day, Quickle just started banging on it, saying something about how it promotes bourgeois anorexia, until he busted it. The sliding iron weight came loose, and there's no way to use it anymore. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Good.
Give me this.
It weighs quite a bit, but I can deal.
Wait, what? Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Quickle, what's your opinion on the nurse that used to be here before Miss Palmer?
Too fat, a blimp, showed off too much of her bust like a common hussy. She was hired to infiltrate our ranks. She falsely claimed to sympathize with our demands, but she lied. Miss Carrington to the firing squad. She inflamed my indignation. I am perturbed.
Oopsie daisy. Broke. Ernie, the radiator in this hall is busted.
Again? You gotta be kidding me. And during Chuck's shift. Rose? Hey, doll. Tell that bird brain I need him in the West Wing pronto, okay? Chuck!
It's working. I just have to sit here and wait.
The colorblind guy. Who do you think?
Luckily, I won the funnel during our last poker game.
By the way, Red, you've been to
Where did the funnel come from?
Chuck Berry.
Elvis Presley.
Dude, yo, you ain't got a clue.
So, just like Chuck Berry then.
You listen up, Fatso. The day will come when you eat your words and you say Chuck Berry is the king.
Not in this lifetime. The king of rock and roll is Elvis. End of subject. Fix that radiator and scram, Buster.
Freaking coward.
They're like puppets hanging from my little strings.
Gina's last name isn't Harper. Where's Seawalker? I bet Seawalker knows the answer.
That is such a good idea. Chuck is the real king. Presto. And
That's
now...
exactly what he wrote.
Hey, Ernie. Are you a Chuck Berry fan?
Not on your life, Basco.
Oh, since your picture on the photo panel says Chuck is the king.
What? Chuck!
Hey, man.
I caught you red-handed. This is your opinion, isn't it, punk?
That's not mine.
Come over here. Erase that with your tongue.
Chuck is the real... I never.
All right. I'll give you 1 minute to change your mind.
No.
Any tool from the
Bet that
toolbox.
inside there
Any
I'll
of them.
find the layout maps for the ventilation ducts. They're mine. And that flashlight would be amazingly handy for finding my way around those air ducts.
Well?
Alright, this might be a little bit scary. Just letting everybody know if you haven't pieced it together yet.
What the? I gotta figure out how to get to that ventilator fan. Okay.
Remember,
Here
don't
we
take
go.
the second ladder.
Good news. I found the central fan, and apparently the coast is clear. Somebody left this door open. Kurgan! Oh my!
Kurgan.
Oh,
He's taking the second ladder.
Where's his head? Was it sliced off by the fan? Oh, how gross! This changes everything. Better tell Gabo about this. Where am I gonna put you, dude? That'll do it.
Brian burned Kurgan's head? And then what?
I did. Chapter 3.
I'm pretty sure this is the place.
So what happened to Brian in the end?
Well, hey, look! There's the car Bennett rented.
Bennett? Wait a minute. Brian was trying to escape because you were going to send him to jail.
Incorrect. He escaped because he overheard a phone call where I was making unrelated accusations about a patient who's pretending to be insane. Jacob Kurgan. Brian, on the other hand, is innocent. Basco did not kill Colonel Kordsmeyer. The recordings I took of his hypnotherapy sessions demonstrated from a clinical perspective, but unfortunately that is not enough to convince the jury to find him innocent, which is why we are here now, at Lieutenant Colonel Jerome D. Chapman's house.
Chapman? Wasn't he Kordsmeyer's second in command?
I'm out of here.
The one who killed himself during Brian's trial?
Well, yes and no. My theory is that he didn't commit suicide. Instead, whoever's behind all this treachery most likely murdered him.
And you think we'll find some clues here to back up your story?
Exactly. Plus, Chapman called Judge Whitley the day before he died. He wanted to meet with her to discuss something important. I don't know what it could be, but perhaps we'll find some answers in this house.
Doctor, I still need you to answer a few questions, but believe me, I'm on your side.
All right. You look around down here, and I'll search around upstairs.
Hey, you think the hot water's working here? If I don't get a shower, those clues are going to escape from me. A nice hot shower, a fresh, clean outfit that's a bit more casual. Man, this must be where they found Chapman's body. Freaky. The best I can do is ignore it while I search for clues to prove Chapman didn't kill himself, as well as the supposed message he was trying to get to the judge. Come on, Gina, get down to investigating.
Chapter 3. Let's see. Look at this photograph.
You can see Chapman was a natural-born athlete. Whoever killed him must have been very careful about it. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old.
What happened to my inventory? What happened to all those things I collected in Chapter 1?
Well, if I really have to. Kordsmeyer's Slayer faces maximum sentence. Damn the press. What do they know about the Slayer? Chapman must have been very proud of his catches. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. I couldn't cut through the fishing line with my bare hands, and they're too tough to gnaw through. There was a similar one back at my folks' place. It's locked with a padlock. Darn, it's locked with a heavy-duty padlock. The door is locked shut with a padlock.
Everything about this reminds me of Still Life 2. Which is another game from a series that maybe one day we should finish, but also probably never.
No, Bennett said he'd take care of searching upstairs. It might not be a bad idea to ask him how he's doing, though.
What is it, Gina?
Hey, about Chapman. Why is the cabin so clean 6 months after Chapman's death?
The cleaning lady has been coming in once a week because Chapman paid her for 6 months' work in advance, and her time's not up yet.
What do you know about Chapman's life?
Very little. He was born right here in Winkaping County. He loved sports. He was a calm and quiet man. His wife died a few years back, and he isn't known to have had any romances since.
This guy kind of reminds me of, there was an old radio show guy named Casey Kasem. He has a similar voice.
Could you tell me anything more about Chapman's death?
He had been fishing that day, but we know he returned here in mid-afternoon because he received a telephone call at 6:15 p.m.
Is anything known about that call Chapman received the afternoon he died?
I haven't figured it out yet, but what is clear is that the call was cut off. In fact, the line was cut off for a few days, and they came to repair it during the investigation.
Now that you mention it, who investigated the case?
In the beginning, the county sheriff, but then the military and the FBI took over and sent him home. Since the contact who gave me the keys to this place belongs to the FBI, I know the investigation was a mess, almost non-existent.
Why was the investigation so sloppy?
Kordsmeyer's death and Brian's trial had already stirred up too much of a fuss. Since Chapman's demise seemed like a clear case of suicide, with a gunshot to the temple and his own gun in his hand and no other signs of violence, the feds and army came in, they took a few fingerprints, a couple photos, rummaged through some drawers, and case closed.
Let's drop Chapman's death for a bit.
Okay, any other questions?
Say, about that shed, you wouldn't have those keys by any chance, would you?
Yes, hold on, I'll toss them to you. Here you go.
That's me trying to catch something.
Where are they?
Ah, man.
I bet they fell into that hole.
That's me trying to catch things.
My hand doesn't fit there either. Hey, Bennett?
Yes?
The keys slipped out of my hands and, well, they fell into the cabinet and...
And? I'd imagine something as silly as that would be no problem for you. Or am I mistaken?
Problem? No, of course. I just wanted to keep you informed. Damn it. That's a great excuse for taking a load off.
What's on your mind?
Gabbo.
Hey, about Gabbo? Why is Gabbo not in Happydale?
Destiny creates strange bedfellows, Gina. Allow me to explain. The night Brian escaped, I stayed at work very late. And suddenly... Miss Palmer, you forgot how to knock before entering?
I want Basco's recordings and the report.
What?
Got 3 seconds.
Honey, that's the girl from...
I'm not giving you a thing.
Second game? Oh, she dead.
And while you were escaping, Miss Palmer stole the recordings and the report on Brian, right?
I'm afraid so. Luckily, I had just sent a backup copy to my computer at home, and only Judge Whitley and I know the password.
How did you and Gabbo escape from Happydale?
Gabbo and I hid all night in an abandoned wing of the hospital, in a sort of old morgue. And in the morning, we snuck into the laundry truck, pretending to be janitors.
What did you and Gabbo do after escaping?
We went to my house to retrieve my recordings of Brian's hypnotherapy sessions. But when we got there was a very suspicious-looking car watching the front door, so we didn't dare go in.
Did you tell Gabbo to contact me during Brian's fake funeral?
Yes, I mistakenly thought that you knew his whereabouts. Meanwhile, I came here and began to investigate the Chapman case.
Where is that crazy guy now?
Oh, don't you worry. He'll be back any minute now, with money from a few bingo parlors, some fresh bruises, and a bad case of crabs. He's hyperactive, you know.
Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
I'll leave you alone and continue snooping around here.
All right.
All right. Under the cabinet.
Huh? Looks like a cushioned envelope.
Imagine if that'd work. Somewhere there's some utensils. I keep forgetting this exists.
For being a widower's house, there's a lot of them. Most men get by with a can opener and a bottle cap remover. No, none of them would be of any use to me. Oh, wait. This one might be nice, actually.
Nice.
Good idea, Gina.
Let's see.
How weird. It doesn't have a stamp. It's empty.
Under the bridge.
The riverbed is completely dry, but what's that there? Well, I guess now's the time to put my exotic dancing skills to the test. Awesome, a wire cutter.
Nice. Remember when Gina was an exotic dancer in Runaway 1? And then she got hit by a car? Back porch. I don't remember Runaway 1.
I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... this will definitely end up coming in handy.
That Gina died. This is a different Gina.
Good idea.
Yeah, worked like a charm.
That was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him.
Easy.
Yep. I bet one of the keys opens the padlock. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better. Saves me more time.
Take the diving goggles. There we go.
What big eyes you have. They have a dual visor. The normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at.
Look at this photograph.
Looks like the county sheriff and Chapman got along really well.
Heck yeah, fishing. I'm looking for... oh, here it is.
Looks thick. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors?
What?
Of course, men do have a thing for... hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated.
Anyway, he cleaned up, obviously.
Just one? Nobody mentioned Chapman was missing a leg. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a frickin' huge spider, huh?
What's on your mind?
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No, no document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
Oh my god, it's Tarantula.
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay. Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina.
Get to work, Gina.
Now that Bennett's gone, I can check to see if he forgot to search anywhere. Shrinks can be so absent-minded, you know. It's not that I don't trust him.
Why can't I get you to trust me?
'Cause you're a shrink.
And what's that have to do with...
When my friend Chapman died, I'm the one who found his body. I'm the one who informed the army and the feds. I told them Chapman would never have committed suicide. But did they listen to me? No. They took me off the case. They'd take care of it, but did they investigate? No. They treated Chapman like garbage. Just like the filth you sweep under the carpet. Shame on you.
I swear I have nothing at all to do with any of that.
And 2 days ago, the FBI calls me and says a guy will be coming to investigate Chapman's death. Do they reopen the case? No. We've got to keep it under wraps for now. I get all excited. I tell myself now they're finally going to investigate it right. I convince myself my friend's reputation will be cleared. But what do? Nothing. They send me a psychiatrist. A lousy shrink.
Sheriff, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You came here to tell me my friend killed himself because he was depressed or crazy or some other kind of junk. And you want me to cooperate? No.
I see.
Nothing here either. If Bennett left anything unsearched, I guess I'd have too, 'cause I didn't find anything new or interesting. Who knows? Maybe it would be a good idea to poke around a little more, though. Hey, I wonder how things are going for Bennett with the sheriff. I wish I had some way to see what they're doing, or even help him out if need be.
Ding. We get to alternate characters.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
They turn the heat off at night. Better have some coffee. It'll get cold. But let me make it clear that nothing you say or do will get me to help you.
I found an envelope at Chapman's house, and it contained some tiny spider hairs.
Uh-huh. So?
I know you have information regarding spiders in the Chapman case.
Me? No. And you'd need one accurate lie detector to hear otherwise.
I'm offering you the envelope as a sign of goodwill.
Let me guess. You need my fingerprints on it to frame me and take me out of the picture, right? Excuse me, but I can't accept that.
We'll talk about the envelope later. Do you also believe Chapman didn't commit suicide?
Also? No, I alone do believe Chapman did not kill himself. I'm not from the FBI, and I don't need to pull the wool over any sheriff's eyes.
Were you really such great friends with Chapman?
He left me his fishing rods in his will, and now they're my most prized possession. Need I say anything more?
The FBI didn't send me here. I came on my own.
Sure. Oh, by the way, how much did the FBI pay you to come on your own? Forget it.
I don't belong to the FBI, but I have a friend who does, and he is secretly helping me.
A friend? You are talking to me about friendship? I was Chapman's friend, and I won't help anyone tarnish his good name anymore.
I was also a friend of Chapman's. A close friend.
So you say. You want me to believe you? Well, then why don't you prove it? His wife Annetta had a very special nickname for him. What was it?
Let's forget about the whole nickname thing for a while. Talking with you is exhausting, and I doubt I'm going to get anywhere from now.
I'll never admit.
Gene's doing better than I am.
Never admit that. In fact, I was thinking about making coffee as they were talking about it. Look at the trophy. Trophy.
It has something hanging on it. Okay, it's a, what do you call it? According to old Granny Timmons, lots of people used to wear these. A locket. For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment.
Yep.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
Oh, wait.
Talking with you. I hope Gene's doing better than I am.
I think Bennett mentioned that the line was cut off the day Chapman died, but someone came to fix it a few days later. I wonder if it works now. I could call.
That's call received.
I think Bennett told me Chapman received a call a few hours before his death, and the line cut off during the call.
Who are you? And why is you calling from Sad Belly's phone number?
Huh?
Dagnabbit. What was Sad Belly's real name again? Cappy? Chapo? Chapman. That's it. You a cop?
No, I'm his niece.
Niece? The dumb one?
The smart one.
Well, well, well. The dumb one sure was pretty. I'm Barry from the gas station at mile marker 3. What can I do for you, miss?
Uncle Jerome.
Did you call Chapman, my Uncle Jerome, the evening of his death?
Sure did. Some guys came into the station. I filled up their tanks, and they asked about your Uncle Jerome's cabin, so I showed them the way.
Thanks for your help, Barry.
Thank you, sweetie pie. Hey, are they nice and round at...
What?
Let's see.
Judge Whitley's office. Randall Lane speaking. Can I help you?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Chapman wanted to talk to the judge. Oops, I hung up on him.
Oops.
Yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone.
Hey, Uwu.
Gina.
How's everything going, Doctor?
Oh, wonderfully. Couldn't be better.
I understand. You're up a creek, but you can't talk.
The only problem is I can't remember our friend Chapman's nickname. The one his wife used to call him. You know. Oh, you know that head of mine.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Lovey Bear.
Thanks, Gina.
Maybe I could convince him.
That's not Lovey
After
Bear.
all, I have worn a sheriff's uniform before.
Oh, maybe it was. Oh, dear. Isn't what I meant to click on at all. Y'all remember Gina from Runaway 1? Now, this is a different Gina from Runaway 1.
Doesn't exactly consist of wearing that uniform. Don't you fret, I'll get him to cooperate.
Good luck with the sheriff. I'll call you in a bit.
Till then.
Are you still here?
Been 0 days since we had a pole dancer on stream.
I think I remember the nickname Annetta Chapman called her husband now.
I'm listening.
Lovey Bear.
Lovey Bear.
And how do you know that, huh?
I just do. Now it's your turn to answer a question. Chapman, a spider. What's the connection?
Look at this. Chapman's arm. I took it when I found his body. I showed it to an entomologist in town, and it looked strange to him. He couldn't tell what kind of spider caused the bite.
Well, now he can. We have to take him the envelope. Another thing, the sheriff just told me Chapman had a hiding place inside the bathtub where the jacuzzi motor is.
So are the bad guys here yet?
Hey, Gabbo.
They here?
No, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, Bennett.
You don't see a lot of movies, do you?
A secret hiding place under the bathtub?
Huh?
Don't worry, I'll find the mechanism that opens it.
Maybe that's where the clue we're looking for is hidden. That could be it.
Sorry, I gotta go. So the only thing in there was that box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm going into the bridge to prepare the welcoming party.
When will you finish explaining how Brian escaped from Happydale?
After the cat-a-boom bam crack-a-boom! Banana!
Banana.
Really frightening sometimes. Anyway. Well, I think I've searched through everything now, except that over there.
This is the first day.
The grenades work! This is gonna be one crazy party.
Let's see. Back to the well.
It's locked with a padlock. Yes. Now it'll be a piece of cake.
Like a month ago, yes. We also spent 2 weeks playing Fox Hunt.
Shoot, it's pitch black down there. All that's left are some glow sticks and cartridges. I'm not interested in the cartridges, but those things, what great memories they bring back.
Heck yeah,
I
glow
haven't
sticks.
seen a glow stick for ages.
Oh wait, oops, I skipped a step. That could have been bad. You learned recently? Uh-huh. I wouldn't know anything about that either.
It's of Indian origin, a special design traditionally used for selling to tourists on the reservation. Seems to be in great shape.
I forgot that this is not the series where the female character was, archaeologist. I don't remember what that girl was. Sold antiques, I think. That was yesterday.
I don't prick myself.
But her dad was really into archaeology or something, I think. Let's see. Back to the well.
Can't see a thing. Good idea.
Now, it's the name of Dagger's mother, not Dagger's name. Close guess, though.
That thing over there looks like a boot, doesn't it?
Boot? What's this all about? Vine arrow with rope.
Okay, ready. Let's see how good my aim is. I bet I'm the first person ever who's happy to have caught a boot while fishing.
Except for me. Let's see. Alright, who wants to guess what's in the boot? Remember, it's Runaway. It could be literally anything. I'll get like 10 seconds to guess. It's Runaway. It could be literally anything. Giant fork. Another boot?
Seems like there's something inside. Well, how about that? A laptop computer.
There's a whole laptop in there. A copy of one Runaway one. I keep my I hope it boots up. Let's see.
Let's see if I can have it ready for when Bennett returns.
What do you think? Can you see anything?
Effectively, gentlemen. The spider that was inside the envelope was an actual Madagascar queen spider. I don't need to tell either of you just how far away Madagascar is from here.
And that the spider couldn't crawl here on its own.
Effectively. Poisonous, but not deadly. Its venom paralyzes the victim for hours and is then slowly metabolized by the body without leaving a trace behind.
That means that Chapman was paralyzed when he died, which completely rules out the suicide theory.
Doctor, you've earned this. Honorary assistant sheriff. It belonged to Chapman.
Effectively. A Madagascar queen. I should have expected that.
Amy, no, I liked Fishman Island.
Enter password? How would I know what Chapman's password was?
What? Yeah.
Let's try it out.
Dang.
It has something written on it. Hurricane. Could that be Chapman's boxing name? Chapman left it in suspended mode, and now it's asking me for a password to reopen his session. It's written on his boxing gloves, so maybe that's it. Excellent.
Oh wait, I remember.
Loading. National Security.
I remember this guy.
Eliminator Agent TV3968. Agency requires level 4 clearance. Name, Andrea Hickok. Alias, Tarantula Jane Eyre. Date admitted October 27, 2003. Date dismissed June 25, 2006. Missions, your level 3 access code does not allow this information to be displayed. Reasons for dismissal, your level 3 access code. What's this email message? Looks like it hasn't been sent yet. From Jerome D. Chapman to Judge Latricia Whitley. Subject, Basco innocent. I've attempted to reach you by phone, but your secretary has become an insurmountable barrier to our communications. I need to make you aware of the following facts. 1. Colonel Kordsmeyer has been embezzling funds from the U.S. Army, acting behind the back of his own country. 2. During his mission on Mala Island, he had some highly qualified mercenaries under his command, and their leader was a bloodthirsty woman, a former agent for the government. Her codename is Tarantula. 3. Right now, all we know is that she was an AE, Agent Eliminator, who specializes in the method known as tossing the hot potato. In other words, don't be surprised by this. She eliminates the target by getting an innocent bystander involved as a scapegoat. 4. In the case at hand, the innocent person in question is Brian Bass. Let's finish this mail, and Dr. Ian Bennett will corroborate the veracity of this story. So then, I hit the send button and...
Now I understand everything.
Hmm?
Judge Whitley just called me, wondering how the deceased Chapman was able to send her an email message mentioning my name and Brian's. She gave me an appointment tonight at my own apartment in New York City.
Okay then, let's go there immediately.
Soon. But first, let's do justice for Chapman. Let's reenact the crime.
After seeing
I remember this guy from the second
Chapman
game.
started writing an email message to Judge Whitley about how Brian is innocent when the phone rang. It was Barry, the old guy from the gas station. He said there was some strangers asking where Chapman's cabin was, but then the line was cut off, as well as Chapman's internet connection. Fearing the worst, Chapman grabbed his laptop. Then, he stuck his laptop in a fishing boot. He hid it in the well, and after that, he came back inside.
And waited. He saw the envelope drop through the mail slot. He opened it, and the spider bit him. He must have become completely paralyzed in just a few seconds. Then Tarantula came in, prepared to do what she does best. She took his hand, held the gun up to his forehead, and then, bang.
Bennett! Get down! Bennett, it's too late! Go start the car!
Oh no!
They following us?
Not for long.
Oh, you should have waited like half a second longer.
Poor Bennett.
Wake me up when we get to New York.
No way. You've got to tell me how Brian escaped from Happydale.
Banana! Now, where were we?
Following your escape plan, Brian climbed into the ventilation ducts, but then he came across Kurgan's decapitated body. He found the head and tried to hide it by sticking it into a furnace, which turned on when he closed the door. The head was reduced to ashes
And then he came home to Daddy.
Even after dying, that psycho's managed to screw everything up for me. Now how do I escape?
The cards are in your favor. Improvise.
Come on already, Gabbo. Can you stop it with that line, please?
Improvise.
Please.
You and Kurgan are almost the same height, and you have the same build.
Where have we done this before?
What would happen if they found his beheaded body dressed in your clothes tomorrow?
What? I can't do that. Kurgan's back is hairy as an ape. They'll recognize him in a second.
Do some hair removal.
What about his freaky long fingernail? They'll know it's Kurgan as soon as they see it.
Trim it.
And I have a tattoo on my ass, and he doesn't.
Draw one on him.
What about his blood type, his shoe size, his DNA?
Go to Bennett's office and switch the medical files. Try to think on your toes, Brian.
You know, in the end, it'll turn out you're right. Kurgan's body could pass for mine. If I switch his medical records with mine, cut off his disgusting fingernail, copy the tattoo I have, well, near the small of my back, wax his shoulders, and set things up in such a way that they decide not to look for his head or suspect foul play when they can't find it. That way they'll think the dead body's mine and...
Nobody looks for a dead man.
That sounds convoluted.
Basco. Remember, either you're escaping at 12 midnight or you're not escaping
Not
at
this
all.
week, Claude.
Why do I have to wait to escape right at midnight?
Because it is right then that the guards by the entrance change shifts. You'll have a little more than 37 seconds to slide down the cable with no fear of being seen.
We'll talk later, Gabbo.
Okay, but if we don't see each other by March 6th, 2037 at 12:37 p.m., start ironing the money.
What?
Well, like Gabbo says, I'll have to improvise.
All right. We are going to stop here for today. Hope everyone has enjoyed Runaway, A Twist of Fate. I know it left off exactly where Runaway, Dream of the Turtle ended. In such suspense.